In Sanskrit, the word Niti means morality, behavior, guidance, or a plan of action. But in the present context, the acronym Niti stands for National Institution for Transforming India, which was established as the successor to the Planning Commission. So it was on 13th of August 2014 that the Modi government scrapped the 65-year-old Planning Commission, and it announced that it would be replaced by a new body, and in accordance to it, on January 1st 2015 the Niti Ayog was established. And it must be noted here that the Niti Ayog, like that of the Planning Commission, was also created by an executive resolution of the Government of India. Hence, it is also neither a constitutional body and nor a statutory body. See, Niti Ayog is the premier policy think tank of the Government of India. It provides both the directional and the policy inputs. See, while designing strategic and long-term policies and programs for the Government of India, it provides relevant technical advice to the center as well as to the state government. Basically, Niti Ayog aims to construct a strong state that will help to create a dynamic and strong nation and also promote the concept of cooperative federalism. So, as the Planning Commission performed well in formulating policies for long-term planning for almost 65 years, but it did not fit well into the concept of cooperative federalism. Therefore, an empowered role of states as equal partners in national development and in the spirit of cooperative federalism is one of the idea behind Niti Ayog. Moreover, Niti Ayog plans to function on two strong pillars, or we can say hubs, which are as follows. Firstly, the Team India Hub, and secondly, the Knowledge and Innovation Hub. So the Team India Hub motivates the Indian states to participate with the central government in developmental process for the country, right? And the Knowledge Innovation Hub plan to create a database which can provide the Niti Ayog necessary inputs for making it a think tank. The composition of the Niti Ayog is as follows. Firstly, it comprises of a chairperson, that is the Prime Minister of India. Then it has a governing council, which comprises of the chief ministers of all the states of India and the chief ministers of the union territories with legislatures, that is Delhi and Puducherry, and also the lieutenant governors of the other union territories. It also comprises of regional councils, which are formed to address specific issues that are impacting more than one state or a region. So these are formed for specified tenure, and these are convened by the Prime Minister and comprises of the chief ministers of the states and lieutenant governor of union territories in that particular region for which the regional council has been constituted. Fourthly, Niti Ayog comprises of special invitees, which involves experts, specialists, practitioners with relevant domain knowledge as special invitees nominated by the Prime Minister itself. And then in addition to the Prime Minister as the chairperson, Niti Ayog has a full-time organizational framework which comprises of the following. Firstly, the vice chairperson, who is appointed by the Prime Minister and he enjoys the rank of a cabinet minister. Then members who are full-time members and enjoy the rank of a minister of a state. Then it also comprises of some part-time members, which are maximum two in numbers, and these are from leading universities or sometimes from research organizations and other relevant institutions. And it also comprises of ex officio members, so which are maximum 4 in numbers from the Union Council of Ministers that are to be nominated by the Prime Minister. And it also comprises of a chief executive officer, which is appointed by again by the Prime Minister for a fixed tenure, and in the rank of a secretary to the government of the India, and it may also comprises of a secretariat. Now let's discuss the main objectives of the Niti Ayog, which are as follows. Firstly, to evolve a shared vision of national development priorities, sectors and strategies with the active involvement of states in the light of national objectives. Secondly, to foster cooperative federalism through structured support initiatives and mechanisms with the states on a continuous basis, and recognizing that strong states make a strong nation. To develop mechanisms to formulate credible plans at the village level and aggregate these progressively at higher levels of government. To pay special attention to the weaker section of our society that may be at risk of not benefiting adequately from the various policies of the government. To design strategic and long-term policy and program frameworks and initiatives and monitor their progress and their efficiency. And the lessons learned through monitoring and getting feedback will be used for making innovative improvements. And to create a knowledge, innovation and entrepreneurial support system through a collaborative community of national and international experts, practitioners and other partners. To offer a platform for resolution of intersectoral or interdepartmental issues in order to accelerate the implementation of the development agenda. To maintain a state of the art resource center, be a repository of research on good governance and best practices in sustainable and equitable development, as well as help their dissemination to stakeholders. To actively monitor and evaluate the implementation of programs and initiatives, including the identification of the needed resources, so as to strengthen the probability of success and scope of delivery. To undertake and focus on technology upgradation and capacity building for implementation of programs and initiatives, and to look after other activities as may be necessary in order to further the execution of the national development agenda and the objectives mentioned above. Carrying out the above functions, the Niti Ayog is guided by the following principles. Antyodaya, that is to prioritize service and uplift the poor, marginalized and downtrodden as enunciated in Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay's idea of Antyodaya. Second guiding principle is inclusion. So empower vulnerable sections and marginalized sections of society and redressing identity-based inequalities of all kinds based on gender, region, religion, caste, class or linguistic. Village. So integrate our villages into the development process to draw on the vitality and the energy of the bedrock of our ethos, culture and sustenance. Demographic dividend. So harness our greatest asset, the people of India, by focusing on their development through education and skilling and their empowerment through productive livelihood opportunities. Another guiding principle is people's participation. To transform the developmental process into a people-driven one and making an awakened and participative citizenry, which is the driver of good governance. And the sixth guiding principle is governance, that is transparent, accountable, proactive, and purposeful style of governance, transitioning focus from outlay to output to outcome. And sustainability, the last guiding principle. So it maintains sustainability at the core of our planning and developmental process, building on our ancient tradition of respect for the environment. So through its commitment to cooperative federalism, promotion of citizen engagement, and enhancement in the access to opportunity, participative and adaptive governance and increasing use of technology, the Niti Ayog seeks to provide a critical directional and strategic input into the development process. So this, along with being the incubator of ideas for development, is the core mission of Niti Ayog. The Niti Ayog is the successor of the Planning Commission. So let's understand the difference that lies between the Niti Ayog and the erstwhile Planning Commission. So firstly, the Niti Ayog serves as an advisory think tank, whereas Planning Commission served as an extra constitutional body. Niti Ayog draws membership from wider expertise from the fields, different fields, but Planning Commission had limited expertise. Niti Ayog serves in the spirit of cooperative federalism as states are equal partners, whereas Planning Commission states were participated as spectators and in annual meetings only. Niti Ayog focuses upon bottom-up approach of planning, while the Planning Commission followed a top-down approach, which can be termed as the shift from the command to control approach. However, Niti Ayog does not have the power to allocate funds which are vested in Finance Minister, but Planning Commission had power to allocate funds to ministries and state government. Moreover, Niti Ayog have a number of part-time members depending on the need from time to time, whereas Planning Commission had no provision for part-time members and it only had 8 full-time members. Let's discuss the main initiatives of the Niti Ayog, which are as follows. So firstly, it measures performance and ranking of states on outcomes in critical sectors, which emphasizes on outcomes. The Niti Ayog has finalized to measure growth outcomes in social sectors like health, education, water, and sustainable development goals. Therefore, it has developed a health index, composite water management index, school education quality index, and the digital transformation index, which will measure states' progress. Another initiative is Sustainable Action for Transforming Human Capital, known as SATH, which is aimed at initiating transformation in two key sectors, the education and the health. So in education, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa and Jharkhand were selected, while Uttar Pradesh, Assam and Karnataka were selected to improve the healthcare and delivery system in their states. Another initiative is Ek Bharat, Shreshtha Bharat, which was conceptualized to make our country united, strong, and promote excellence in all walks of life by means of long-term interstate engagements through cultural exchange and education. Another initiative taken up by the Niti Ayog is development support services to states for development of infrastructure by establishing a center and state partnership model and establish private-public partnership across infrastructure sectors. Public-private partnership in healthcare is another initiative of the Niti Ayog, which helps states to achieve the health goals of the government in the area of prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of selected non-communicable processes. Niti Ayog has also initiated for the resolution of pending issues of states with the central ministries. Therefore, all the pending issues with the central ministries from all the states and union territories have been put forward for resolution. Another initiative is the State Human Development Report. So the state of Maharashtra, Assam, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Nagaland and Delhi were supported in the preparation for state human development reports. And another important initiative of the Niti Ayog was transforming 115 identified aspirational districts to realize the vision of Sabka Saath and Sabka Vikas and ensure India's growth process remains inclusive. So the aspirational district program ADP was launched by the Prime Minister to ensure balanced regional development.